we'll share you the agenda now. Our teammates will explain you the rules and regulations, and then we'll take the questions and we'll answer your questions. Just share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Great, okay. So this is the agenda for the day one. So first we're going to have the opening ceremony. So this is the overall agenda, the outline. There might be small changes in this, but then this is just for you to understand what's going to happen in the 2 days on June 27th and 28th. Okay. So first will be your opening ceremony. We've invited our Member of Parliament, Dr. Ganapathy Rajkumar, as the chief guest. So he'll be witnessing the session. In his presence, we'll be having the formation of the House. See, we have 3 orientation programs designed for you, and it's compulsory for the students to attend all the 3 orientations, because in every orientation, we are going to share some additional information with you. So this formation of the House, Vaishnavi will explain to you in detail. Each of the student will be having about 120 to 130 students participating in this edition of Young Indians Parliament. And each student will be allocated in constituency. And you'll also be part of a party. So all that Vaishnavi will explain in detail. So the preliminary work in the next 10 days, you need to prepare about your constituency and about the party you belong to. So the party manifesto discussion and all will happen in a separate WhatsApp group. You're all a part of a common WhatsApp group now. You'll be divided into party-wise WhatsApp group. So it will have students from different schools. So one particular school will not form one particular party. So it's going to be a mix of students from different schools. So on the day of the event, on day 1, the house formation will happen at the venue. So you will submit your party manifesto, you will select your party leader, and the parties will select the speaker. All the members of the parliament will take an oath, and then the government formation happens. So once the government formation, the parties will have to negotiate among themselves, and the majority of the party, the major party, will form the government, and they'll form the cabinet ministers can be among the coalition partners, or the major share can be from the majority party. The Prime Minister will start his speech with the government agenda, and then it will be followed by the cabinet ministers. So this house formation will happen, it will happen for 45 minutes. So on day 1, you're supposed to report at 8:45, and the event will start by 10 a.m. For both the days, lunch and refreshments will be provided by us, the organizing team, at free of cost. You need not pay anything in addition for any of these refreshments or your lunch. So after the formation of the government, next, each member of parliament will have a 90-second opening speech. So you need to talk about your constituency. You need to represent yourself in you need to represent yourself in the parliament. So every student will have 90 seconds to talk about your constituency. So this will go on for another 180 minutes. So this will be your major first day agenda. And then there might be a debate or discussion. And finally, on the first day, the speaker will explain to you about the process which is involved in the policy and the bill drafting process. And you'll be assigned committees. So we'll tell you the number of committees and what topics the committees are going to be. And based on the committees, members of parliament from different political parties will have a fruitful discussion, and they're going to present the bills the following day. So on day 2, there'll be an opening speech by the leader of opposition, and then there's going to be question hour. Question hour, the members of parliament will have to submit their questions in advance, and then it's going to be taken up by the speaker on the day 2. And if it's a stat question, the minister is going to give a reply to that particular question. The concerned minister will reply to the question from the member of parliament. And then there's going to be a debate and discussion on a particular topic. It can be any topic. All these topics will be revealed only on the day. Okay, so it can be on education reform, it can be on environmental policies, or it can be anything with related to health. Okay, the topic can be anything, and we'll give you a list of topics for you to prepare. So the list of topics can be referred from two websites. So we can also share you that website link as well. So the time allocation for this debate will be 60 minutes. So the government will present its views, and the opposition party should have a counter argument. And then it'll be 0 hour. Any urgent matter of public importance can be discussed during this hour. Question hour, the MP should submit their questions in prior, but whereas in 0 hour, any MP can bring up any topic of national importance to be discussed during this 0 hour. And then finally, the bills which are drafted will be presented, and the debates and discussion will happen on the bill, and the voting process will happen. So the entire process will be monitored by the speaker, deputy speaker, and we'll also be having few administrators to see to that the floor of the house, the decorum is maintained and the process is followed. And finally, the day 2 session will be adjourned. The Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition will have an opportunity to speak, and then it's going to be the valedictory session. So we've invited the School Education Minister to be present for the valedictory session, and he's going to award the top 10 awardees. So this is our agenda for the 2 days of YIP, Young Indians Parliament. So these top of 10 performers will be selected for the regional round, which is going to happen in Madurai. Okay. Now over to Vaishnavi. She'll explain you the rules and regulations of how this process is going to happen. Over to you, Vaishnavi.
Thanks, Arun. So regarding the process, first each of you will be assigned a constituency, which you will be getting in a day or two, maximum by Wednesday. The constituencies will not be from Tamil Nadu, it can be anywhere in India. So your work for the next week is study your constituency, try to understand what's going on there, what is a hot topic, what's important, what's to be addressed on priority. So that's what your students will be doing. And then the next is we'll assign a party number to each of you. So there will be 5 parties. The whole set of 120 students will be divided into 5 parties equally. So you will have a party number. You will be assigned a party number along with the constituency name. So according to the party number, you will get in touch with the fellow party members. From now on, we'll address the other students as fellow party members. So let's say if you belong to party number 3, you'll get in touch with all the other party members. There will be approximately 20 to 25 members in each party. So select a party leader, come up with your party symbol, the name of your party symbol, what is the agenda of your party, what are the rules and regulations. So that is what will be done from your side once you receive the party names and numbers. The party numbers, the names, you will come up with the names. So those parties will come on the first day of YAP. You will come and get together with other parties and try to form a government. You can have an alliance based on what each party's ideology is. So that depends on you. So that is the first thing. Create parties, symbols. So all party name, rules, everything should be in line with the Election Commission of India rules. If you have doubts, get back to us. We'll give you all the details. For example, for party symbols, you cannot have any national symbols, you cannot have any parts of the body as the symbol of the party. Now, yes, of course, parties, a couple of parties here in India have those as symbols, but from now on, you cannot have all those as the party symbols. So, go through and based on that, create your party names and symbols. So, that is first thing. And along with the constituency names and the party numbers, each of you will be receiving a committee number. It need not be from the same party. That committee will have members from all parties. Each committee will also be consisting of 20 to 25 members. This is for drafting of bills. I'm sure you students will be aware that each MP will be part of a committee. It can be industry, education, technology, medical, it can be anything. So each of you will be given a committee number. Towards the end of day one, you guys will get together to form a bill which will be presented on the second half of day two, and then that bill will be passed in the parliament. So this is one thing, and I would say rules and regulations, the basic rules and regulations will be come prepared for everything. You, each student will not be assigned any particular topic for you to prepare. Even though this is a level playing ground for everyone, you cannot come and tell us that, see, I did not get a chance. Of course, everyone will get a chance to present yourselves during the opening speech. But then after that, as students, it has to be cutthroat. You have to grab every opportunity that you get to make sure your presence is noted. So come prepared for everything. This will be a student-led conference. So speaker and deputy speaker will lead the whole 2 days. They will handle everything. So whoever becomes the speaker and deputy speaker, make sure, whoever has the interest to become a speaker or deputy speaker, make sure to go through the rules of what a speaker's role is, how they should be handling the parliament and all that. As a student, let's say as a member of the parliament, you will not know what kind of a role you're going to be playing on the day of YIP and the next day, whether you will be part of the ruling party or you will be part of the opposition party. So the student who comes prepared with everything is going to make the maximum out of this opportunity. Go through all the rules. Of course, we will be giving you a YAP booklet. Go through all the rules. Make sure you're equipped. Having doubts after reading those is totally normal. Get back to us with all your doubts. We'll clarify it. But again and again, I'm saying, be prepared for anything. That's the only way you can equip yourself. That's the only way you can make your presence felt. So this is the basics. Now over to Yash, who will give the roles and responsibilities for each of the Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition and all that. So over to you, Yash.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Vaish. Good evening, guys. I'll be discussing and giving you guys a brief about the various roles and responsibilities that you'll be taking over during the session to the 2 days of YIP 2.0. As Vaish said, two different parties, the ruling party and the opposition party. To start with, I'll briefly discuss and give you guys an overview of like what is expected of the ruling party. So the main responsibilities, if you're part of the ruling party, will be for policy formation and bill drafting. So this is where you will collaborate with your ministers and the prime minister to draft very impactful policies and bills that might be very relevant and necessary. The second thing is you'll be also defending government actions. So let's say the opposition ministers or MPs have a few questions about like the current affairs and what's being done, how the things are being handled by the current government. You'll be also responsible to defend the government actions as the ruling party. The third thing is also to maintain the party unity because you guys have to be aware that there is a possibilities of having a hung parliament or even like bringing up a no confidence motion. And it is within you guys, when if you're part of the ruling party, to make sure that your party stays united and stands together by all your ministers and support your prime minister in the process of running the parliamentary session. And the fourth thing is, like, let's say, like, you run into an issue, right? You have a hung parliament and you're not able to decide majority. You'll also be responsible and required to build alliances. So, in the part of if you're part of the ruling party, some of the leadership roles would include the prime minister, who will lead the government and oversee all party activities. Who'll also persuade, like he or she will be the main factor to persuade any government agenda during the opening session, and he or she will be defending any government actions. The second role would be a deputy prime minister, uh, who will be supporting the prime minister throughout the process of managing the government. The third role would be ministers. You'll have your own portfolios, such as health, finance, education, transport, etc. And you'll be preparing for materials or like your bills, and you'll be supporting the committees where your own expertise lies. The fourth role under the ruling party will be the ruling party MPs, member of parliaments. So, member of parliaments, the main role will be to actively participate in debates. Let's say, like you're trying to pass a bill or like pass a motion. So, it is the MP's responsibilities and duty to make sure that you defend any questions. You also like bring a talk in favor of those bills and motions that you'd like to pass and counter any opposition arguments that comes during the due course. Some of the strategies, if you guys are a part of the ruling party, you can note this down. We'll also be sharing the booklet with you guys later. You prepare thoroughly, no matter if you're going to be the ruling party or the opposition party. When we allot you the constituencies and the committee numbers, be very sure about the current affairs that's going on around the country. Look into various relevant issues that are going around. Maybe prepare thoroughly for your constituency first, and there are multiple sources of information that's available there. And as Arun said, we'll be sharing two different links, which will have like a brief overview and like a very precise booklet, which will give you a step-by-step overview of what's expected of you. But again, it doesn't hurt for you to go and prepare and look for other sources. Someone among you asked a question. So, do we look into any government websites? Yes, you can definitely do that. There are parliamentary affairs website which kind of is updated with all the relevant information that goes on around the country and various discussions that are part of our parliamentary sections as well. So that will definitely help. Collaborate. That will be the second point. So once you're given the party numbers, start talking to the other members of your party. Understand like which constituency they are from, because that will help you be united and also like give you a possibility on an edge over when you try to form the government or like have a majority and form the alliances and everything. Focus on persuasion. This is a key factor. I think most politicians are great at doing it, even though it might be a bill that is not relevant or it might be something bogus. Like you have to be in a position to persuade the other person into thinking that, okay, this is going to be great for our nation or this is going to be great for whatever the parliamentary session that we're going to hold. So this is definitely something that will help. So start like brushing up on your confidence when you like are going ahead and like having a counter argument and everything. And the last very important thing, stay professional. Uh, you might ask, sir, the parliamentarians are not professional. Like you will see like people throwing stuff, you'll see people making a lot of noises, shouting here and there and all that stuff. But again, that is the current state of the situation, the current state of the nation. But again, we would like you to stay professional. Uh, be very mindful of your language. Be very mindful of anything that you're bringing up in the parliamentary session. Avoid any personal attacks. and also focus on policy-driven arguments rather than intrapersonal or human-based arguments. So these are some of the strategies which will help you succeed. Now going to the opposition party. So some of the roles and responsibilities of the opposition party. We'll start with the responsibilities. The main responsibility would be to criticizing or critiquing government policies. So whatever the policies that are being brought forward by the ruling government, you'll be given an opportunity, or like your main role would be to critique, like give some feedback, or like have counteractive notes or like points to tell them that there is some weakness. You have to be very analytical if you're part of the opposition party, and also offer constructive alternatives during debates rather than just focusing on the weaknesses and limitations. We would request you to come up with constructive arguments on like how the bill could have been better rather than just trying to put them down. So the second thing, second role would be to questioning the government, actively participate in debates. Let's say, like, okay, you're not the majority government. You might, okay, I'll take a back seat. It's not about me. But again, this is a competition, and you'll all be judged on like various different parameters and metrics. So even if you're the speaker, you might be wondering, okay, what am I doing here? I'm just like trying to help run the session. But again, there is a special metric and criteria for the speaker recognitions as well. So do your part, prepare really well, be very active in whatever roles you take up. And the third role for the opposition party to be would be to engage in debates, engaging in debates and presenting resolutions. Let's say like there's a private member resolution to address current issues that the government is facing. That will be your responsibility as the opposition party. And now coming up to the various key roles that we would take up if you are part of the opposition party. The first role would be the leader of the opposition party. So you'll be the primary voice. Like you'll be the major voice or the primary voice of the opposition. You'll be collecting all the thoughts from your MPs, your ministers, and your various different party committee members and everything, and you'll be leading. You'll be leading as a critique for the current government policies and set the party strategy. It will be very crucial. It's a very crucial role where you'll be the driving force to set strategies and like get the party moving ahead in the right path. You'll also be representing the opposition during the press conference, which will happen as part of the agenda. The second role of the opposition party would be the deputy leader of the opposition party, which is very similar to the deputy prime minister. But again, being in the opposition, you'll be supporting the opposition leader and managing the party, and also you'll be helping lead the debates if the opposition party leader is absent. The third role would be shadow ministers. You'll be monitoring and critiquing specific government ministries. You're also expected to prepare detailed questions and counter arguments for question hour and debates. Let's say that you're not part of the ruling party and you're the opposition party. You can take up certain ministries that you would like to shadow. Let's say like if somebody in the opposition in the ruling party is taking up health, you can become a shadow health minister, and you'll be preparing detailed information about like various things that are going on, and you'll have questionnaires and counter arguments for anything that might come across in that particular department or ministry. The fourth thing is opposition MPs. You will be debates and the question hour. You will also collaborate with the leader of the opposition. And think those are the roles for the opposition, the roles and responsibilities for the opposition party, and some strategic points for your success would be focus on research, do as much research as possible as you can, and also ask probing questions, frame questions that will put. Sorry, yes, go ahead. Hello, Aish, did you have a question? Hello.
Yes, you can go
Guys.
ahead. We'll take questions towards the end after the
Okay, perfect.
presentation.
And the second point was ask probing questions. Uh, so one point that one sub point that I would like to add there is follow up on any incomplete or vague answers. Let's say like you're being questioned and you not have an answer. We often come up with like vague answer, like a random answer, just for the sake of answering questions. And that happens. That does happen during the question hour. But your responsibility as an opposition party would be to follow up. Like have repetitive questions. Be very specific about like what you're looking in answer, what you're looking to answer, and get that done during the question hour. The third thing is proposing alternatives. Like as I said, have constructive feedback, propose constructive solutions to show that you are a credible alternative. Like you, at the end of the day, opposition party is someone who's lost the previous elections, but that doesn't mean that you're going to lose you're going to lose the next election, right? The trust wasn't there the last time, but what you're trying to do is by offering all these counteractive solutions or even constructive feedback and being very vocal in the parliamentary session, you're trying to build that trust among the people who are going to vote you back. So you are looking at it as a real party who's trying to come back into power the next count during the next elections. So be very constructive, be very active. And the fourth one is kind of like along the same lines, building public support. So use the press conference to communicate your message effectively. This is very crucial where you sit down as a party or like you work together as a party and you are like helping the leader of the opposition or the deputy leader address your views, your ideas during the press conference. And some common etiquette that we would like both the parties to follow is the first one, address everyone respectfully and professionally. Do not address by names or nicknames or anything else. Follow the speaker's instructions at all times. Speaker is ultimately the deciding factor, or he or she will be the leader of the whole parliamentary session. So you are to follow the speaker's instructions at all times. Refrain from personal attacks or disruptive behaviors. Second point, collaboration with other teams. Engage with everyone to understand procedural rules and documentation. Go through the handbook that we will be sending out to you. We'll be sharing a detailed PDF booklet, which will have all these information that we're sharing with you during this call, which will come off as a great help. And we're always there to help. So in the YIP 2.0 students group, please feel free to engage, start be actively participating. And as Arun said, we have the Minister of Parliament coming in for the inaugural session and the Minister of Education, Honorable Minister Anbil Mahesh, who will be coming for the valedictory session. So this is an opportunity that not a lot of people get, and we are striving to even create an impact with them being actively participating during one of the sessions as well. So this will give you an overview of like how the real parliamentarians work, and that's the reason why we are trying to bring in ministers to help you understand how things work in real life and also act as a source of inspiration. So third thing, practice speaking clearly and confidently. Prepare key points to be ready, which you might need during debates and question hours. Again, like we all might be thrown off at any given point of time, but it's good to be prepared, be very confident, have some notes, and as you said, like laptops are allowed, yes, you can bring in notes, you can write things down and be prepared for that. And also be very speculative and anticipate what might come from the opposition party, be it if you're a ruling party or even if the opposition. There might be any questions or any arguments that might come across your way. So you should be very prepared to understand. And as I said, there are various parameters where you'll be judged. I'll quickly run through that. Some of the parameters would be the team coordination, policy development, debate and argumentation, questioning and defending, and the fifth one is professionalism. So these are the five metrics where you'll be judged upon, and based on the scores that you'll be getting, you will be shortlisted in 10 candidates who will move on to the regional level rounds in Madurai. Think
Sir, could you list the criteria again?
I'll also have missed a major role. We'll be sharing that later with you guys.
Okay, sir, thank you.
And I've also I'd like to take a pause. I've missed a major role. Like I've given you guys various roles and responsibilities of the various people that will be part of the parliament, but I've missed one major. let's see how great like listening to me the last probably 10 minutes that I was speaking.
Sir, I think your voice is breaking, so I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I missed one. I missed talking about one major role. What was that role?
The speaker. Speaker.
Speaker. Perfect. Perfect. So yes, the speaker. As the speaker, you will be holding the most prestigious and impartial role in the model parliament. You are the highest authority in the parliament, and that's the most prestigious role that anyone could hold. You will be responsible to maintain order. You'll be impartial. You should act in fairness at all times, and also maintain decorum in the house, while making sure all the members have the opportunity to participate equally. So, as a speaker, you'll be responsible to make sure that everyone participates and they're all being fair at the time that they are given to speak. They are given to address the session, and even when the parliamentary sessions are going on, you will be responsible to maintaining the decorum. You'll also be moderating the various proceedings that will go on. You will be responsible to enforce parliamentary rules. You will facilitate debates. Let's say, like, you are appointed as a speaker, brush upon various parliamentary rules that are out there. Uh, it's very mandatory for you to be aware of some of the rules, which is very important. You'll be facilitating debates. You'll also oversee the voting. You'll preside the voting. And in, let's say, like, in case, in the event a there's there's a vote where there's 50-50 and we're not able to establish majority, the speaker will be casting the deciding vote. So in case of a tie, so the speaker will cast their vote to break the deadlock. And the speaker will also represent the house. He or she will act as the face of the model parliament during the opening and the closing ceremonies. And as Arun said, before we appoint the speaker during the session on the 27th, our Member of Parliament, Honorable Member of Parliament Ganapati Rajkumar, he'll be presiding as the speaker for the session before one of you is appointed as a speaker. So some of the roles for the speaker, if you will be appointed as a speaker, some task is before the session, familiarize yourself with the agenda, rules and procedures, uh, review the list of speakers and ensure fair representation. Let's say, like, who are going to be the MPs of the ruling party or even this opposition party. And also your responsibility is to coordinate with the administrators to finalize procedural documents. During the session, you will be opening the house, you'll be moderating debates, you'll be responsible for the question hour and make sure that all questions are appropriately directed to the ministers. You'll also be responsible to preside over any voting that comes across. And you'll also sit through the press conference. After the session, you will summarize the key highlights of the day in your closing remarks. So the first day will also have the closing session where you'll be required to summarize whatever that happened during the day as part of your closing remarks, and you will work with the administrators to make sure that all the records are accurate and complete by the end of the day. Some skills that might come as a good help if you want to shine as a speaker. You have to be impartial. You should hold authority and you should be able to ascertain that authority at any given point of time. You should be very strict about time management. There are specific deadlines and specific times of how much a speaker or how much a minister can spend on doing their presenting their bill or presenting their motion or like even talking about whatever they wanted to present. And it is the responsibility of the speaker to make sure that that time is being monitored and ensured. You should be very clear in your any communications. You should have a clear understanding of your rules, and you should be able to adapt because at the end of the day, you are to decide in case if anything goes wrong within the parliament. If there's a situation where you have to step in and control, that adaptability and agility is required. some some uh, some speakers, you might be firm, you might be a little less rigid, but again, the one thing that you would expect, or like any expected, one thing that is expected of any good speaker is being fair and impartial. Some of the criteria that a speaker, as I said, there is a recognition for the best speaker as well. So some of the criteria that the speaker would be judged on would be impartiality, leadership and control, knowledge of rules, clarity of communication, and time management. And that with that, we'll move on to the second role, which is the deputy speaker, who will be assisting the speaker, who will also moderate the proceedings when he's assigned by the speaker to do so. They'll step in for the speaker in their absence. They'll also oversee administrative coordination, and they'll help ensure that neutrality is maintained throughout the session. So these are some of the roles and responsibilities. We'll also be sharing in the booklet that we'll be sharing with you. There's also various scenarios. So might be thinking, I just gave you guys a brief overview about what is expected of you. There'll be various scenarios, lifetime examples, or like live examples of like, okay, what is expected of a speaker, or like how a speaker is supposed to respond, or how an opposition MP or how a prime minister is supposed to respond to some of the proceedings. Those scenarios are listed there, and you can use that as a reference if you have any questions. I think that brings me to the end of my part of roles and responsibilities. Arun and Vaish, can you open up for questions?
No. We'll just brief them about how to go about. Uh, how to go about the 2 days, and then we'll open the
Yeah, done.
session for questions.
Done. Super,
Okay, guys.
super. Okay.
So now the first thing is you will be assigned. When I was briefing, I told you that you will be given 3 identities. One is your constituency, second, your party number, and third will be your committee number. Constituency is straightforward. That will be the constituency you are going to represent in the parliament. Second will be the party number. See, we are not going to give you the party names. We'll only give you the party number. So whoever gets the same party number will come together and form the party. Guys, can you like wait, listen, and then post the question so that it will be easier. Okay. So once you get your party numbers, the students who've got the same party number will come together and form a party. So you form a party, discuss amongst yourselves, select a leader for your party, come up with a name, your agenda, and a symbol for your party. So you can all do this before YIP. Because we will be posting your party number, constituency name, and committee number on this group. So you will know who belongs to which party, who is your party member, you can coordinate. And the second will be committee number. This committee will come into action only on the end of day 1. So don't worry about it right now. So now before YAP, each of you would have become part of one party who will have a leader, who will have the top leader and then the next level leaders, party members. So you will have a setup. Yes, of course, you have to create the agenda. See, agenda of a party, guys, that's what please go through, refer. What is an agenda of a party? What is this party based on? What am I building this party? It can be equality, it can be democracy, it can be secularism, it can be anything. So what is your party based on? It's up to you to discuss amongst yourself. Guys, these are basic civic terms, so please read. Again, on the day of YAP, you will all come. Morning, you will have your separate parties. So on the day of YAP, after this inauguration, The honorable member of parliament will be your speaker who will moderate, discuss, discuss between the parties. Let's say there will be 5 leaders. What are the questions? How do you suppose the leaders of the parties are chosen? Discuss it amongst yourself and then do it. See, we will not be interfering in anything. If 25 of you form a party, discuss amongst yourselves and choose a leader. So on the day one of YIP, you will come. Let's say there are 5 parties. All 5 party leaders will discuss amongst themselves. Let's say you get together with 1 or 2 parties and form the government. Once you have the majority, you can form a government. So once the government is formed, one of you will become the prime minister. That also should be chosen amongst yourself. If there are 3 parties coming together to form the government, one from one of the parties will become the prime minister. You can probably negotiate with the other party saying that I will give you the home minister, or you can even negotiate saying that I will be the prime minister for today. The other party can take up the role of the prime minister for tomorrow. You know, like how governments work. 2.5 years, one party will be, and the next 2.5 years, another party can rule. So that way, how you negotiate with the other parties and come up with the government matters here. So this will happen on the day of the YIP. So once the prime minister and the number of ministers are formed. So now regarding the number of ministers, the general rule is the maximum number of ministers in the cabinet will be 15% of the bench strength. So you will know the bench strength once we get into the parliament, which is on day 1. So the number of ministers can be maximum of 15%. Let's say if there are 150 students, there can be 22 ministers maximum, which is 15%. If there are 120 students, there can only be 18 ministers, including the prime minister. The number of ministers cannot go beyond it. How each party splits the cabinet is, again, between the parties. It's something that you have to discuss. And then regarding opening speech, each of you will be given 90 seconds to do your opening speech. It can be with regards to your constituency, it can be with regards to any public reform, it can be with regards to your party ideals, agendas, anything. Guys, please make sure to prepare your opening speech to exactly 90 seconds. At 90 seconds, there will be a hard stop. We will not give you even a second extra. This is to ensure that each of you gets an opportunity to speak. Each of you gets a fair opportunity to speak, and we also stick to the timings. Let's respect our timings and also others' timings. So please make sure practice hard stop at 90 seconds. 30 seconds extra, 15 seconds extra, no. This is something that we are going to be strictly following. So the opening speeches constitute day 1, and at the end of day 1, the end of day 1 is where the committees come to play. We would have assigned you a committee number already. So with the committee number, each of you will come together. If your committee number is 2, then every student who is assigned the committee number as 2 will come together. On the day, we'll assign what is the agenda of the committee, as in what is the role of the committee. It can be agriculture, it can be industries, it can be aviation, it can be AI, it can be anything. So we'll assign the role of a committee. Or if you have something on mind, do let us know, and then we'll consider that. So after the first day of YAP, these committees will sit together and form an agenda. The agenda will be, let's say the agenda need not be too explanatory. It need not be too long. It can just be a let's say a 3-page agenda. The first page can be what is the agenda. Second page can contain why is this agenda needed or why is this bill needed. And the third page can contain what are the highlights of the bill. That's all. Come up with a simple bill, but that will have an effect for our country. Even though this is a mock parliament, I request you all to ensure to work on something very real. So, on day 2, morning, each of you will be giving your bill in person to the speaker. Only when the bill is presented to the parliament, the bills can be posted on the common WhatsApp group. Before that, these bills will be submitted to the speaker in person on day 2. Let's say at 9:30 in the morning on day 2. And then on day 2 comes the question hour, wherein we'll be calling for questions 5 days, let's say 5 to 6 days before the event, we'll call for questions. So each of you will be sending a question which you want to ask the government on the day of YIP. So based on the question, see, for question hour, I am very sure not everyone will have a chance to ask your questions. So make sure to ask something that is of utmost importance, because we will be filtering the questions. We'll have experts who will go through all your questions and mark your questions as starred and unstarred. So only the questions who come up under the starred category will be allowed on the day 2 of the question. Sorry, day 2 of YAP when this question hour happens. So make sure to present your question. Make sure to come up with something of utmost importance. So that is regarding the question hour. And then 0 hour will be matters of national importance. If something urgent comes up, then the opposition will be questioning the government regarding that. I think this is about it. So if there's Arunan, yes, please let me know if I've missed something when it comes to briefing.
Yeah, Ashwin, I think we can take questions. I think students have a lot of questions. I think we can take.
Can we answer the questions that are on?
Yes, and one thing before we go to the question, just one last thing. Students, we would like you to know that during the both the days of YIP, none of the faculty or parents will be allowed inside when the
Yes.
the session is going on. So this is the main reason why we are doing this, is to ensure that you guys all participate without any fear or without any apprehensions. So parents and faculty will not be allowed inside the hall. Even if they accompany you from the school or from your house, they'll be made to wait outside when the parliamentary sessions is going on at the venue. So this will also give you an opportunity to interact and engage with the other students from various other schools as well.
Guys, I see a lot of questions regarding how to choose leaders, how to choose the minister. Either you have to volunteer, make sure to let your party or let your team know that you are capable of handling this ministry or becoming a prime minister. You just have to get in there and grab this opportunity.
When are we supposed to choose the party leaders?
All elections happen on the event day. That's on 27th and 28th. Repeatedly, there are a lot of questions regarding the leaders. See, right from speaker, deputy speaker, prime minister, leader of opposition, all the elections happen on the event day. The roles are chosen by the members of the parliament. See, you need to grab your chances. So how can you be prepared? Your preparation can be extensive, and you should justify to your fellow party members why you should be the prime minister, or why you should be the speaker, or why you should be the leader of opposition. It depends on your preparation, and it depends on your leadership skills and the convincing skills on the day one, on the event day. So we are not going to assign any roles. It's going to be very, very neutral platform. It's completely dependent on the students who are participating on the event day to get elected themselves a prime minister or any other cabinet minister. Say, for example, I can come forward, I can say that I can handle any question on health. So I want to be health minister. I've prepared in detail completely about the health topic and I know the recent trends. So put me as the health minister. So I should come forward and I should talk to my prime minister and I should convince my party to elect me as the cabinet minister for health. So it completely depends on your preparation and it completely depends on your convincing skills on the event day. So everything is going to happen at the floor of the house. And in your WhatsApp group, you're going to discuss only the party manifesto, the party symbol, and all that. But all the elections is going to happen on the event day.
We'll, we'll be there just to facilitate and make sure that you guys are convenient and comfortable during the 2 days. Even let's say like you run into a situation where you're not able to vote in our prime minister, it is up to you guys as the parliamentarians to work on it. So no way that YI or any members of Young Indians will step in, and this is the reason why we are like not going to let any parents or teachers come in as well. So at the end of the day, you will be responsible for deciding who the prime minister is going to be, who the speakers, who the various ministers are going to be. You're not going to get any external help from us on this.
Guys, also there are questions asking how will there be unity because students are from different schools. That is where your skills come in. Again and again, we're saying don't expect this to be this fair. Of course, you will be given a chance to give your opening speech, but apart from that, you can't sit back and relax and say that I will be given my chance. No, this is a platform which is given to you to go ahead and grab your chances. So don't expect unity, don't expect anything. Of course, you have to behave with decorum. That is mentioned as Yash said. Let's all behave like professionals there. But again, it's up to us to showcase your skills, showcase your capabilities, and tell everyone why you should be leading the party or why you should be leading the government. The speaker, as you said, there will be only 3 speakers. Someone asked a question, speaker will have a lot of opportunities. No, there will be one speaker and 2 deputy speakers. They will be different, but there will be 130, 40 odd students sitting around. I would actually say that the rest of you will have more opportunities to showcase your talents and showcase your capabilities than the speaker. But it is even you can't help but the speaker will definitely be projected more because that speaker and the deputy speakers are the ones who will be handling the event. But we will have separate awards for every student. So don't worry. Be it a speaker, be it a parliamentarian, be it a minister, prime minister, leader of opposition, no matter what role you take, it's up to you to just give your fullest and make sure you justify the role. Do justice.
So the party symbol, the manifesto has to be submitted to you.
Pardon?
Ma'am, so the party symbol, the manifesto, and the name of the party has to be submitted to you on which date?
See, come up with everything before YIP because, of course, you know who your party members are before the event. You'll get to know all of that in the next 2 days. So discuss all that, come up with it on the day of the event. You'll have your party name, your agenda, your manifesto, and everything, and based on that, you can form alliances.
Even in the party groups that we'll be forming later, we'll be part of that group in the WhatsApp group. So you can communicate that with us as and when you decide.
All
So, will all the students like from grade 10 to 12 be participating under the same topic?
See,
Yes.
the parliamentary affairs, as we told you, there's going to be an agenda for the next 2 days, and everyone is going to participate. There's nothing going to be a separate category for the 9th graders or the 11th graders. It's going to be common. It's going to be one parliament, and all the discussions are going to happen on the floor of the house as per the agenda. And one more thing, students who have not joined the WhatsApp group, please do join the WhatsApp group. All the communications are going to come to you regarding YIP through the WhatsApp group. So please do join the WhatsApp group. And regarding the your constituency and regarding the party, we'll post it to you in the WhatsApp group as well as in your mail. And we'll be forming separate party-wise WhatsApp group in the next 2 days. So you can start preparing on your constituency and on your party manifesto once you're assigned to these WhatsApp groups.
My
Yes,
question is
Chinya,
that
please go ahead with your question. I see that you've raised your hand.
Sir,
are we allowed to speak with other party members beforehand, before the YAP session of selecting, or should we only speak with them during the selection or before the selection too?
You're supposed to initiate communication with your fellow party members. With the other party members, you can do it on the event day.
So are we not allowed to do it before, or we can do it?
Why do you want oaths even before the elections?
Mm, yeah, for students we can take it.
No.
See, at the end
We
of the day,
want.
that is up. That is again like it's the spirit of a parliamentarian. If you'd like to go ahead and do that research, you're more than welcome to do that. We're not going to stop you. We're not going to monitor, but just make sure that you stick to the basic rules that we assigning to you. And again, like if you are like a little excited and like you'd like to start like thanking for votes, then yeah, it's all about it. Go ahead, enjoy the spirit of parliamentary actions and everything. By the way, guys, I've also shared the WhatsApp, the link to join the WhatsApp group. Not there. Please go ahead, copy that, join that. As Arun said, all any official communication resources will be only shared on that WhatsApp group, and there'll be no other means or methods of communication for YIP 2.0.
Only students, please join that group. We'll have a separate group for teachers. Kindly no teachers, please, on that group.
Sir, I have given request for the WhatsApp group.
We'll approve the same.
Sir, if no doubts, can we leave?
Excuse me, ma'am. I just had a quick
Please, sir.
question regarding the role.
Yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, I just had a quick question regarding the roles we've chosen. I was wondering, will the marking differ based on the role? For example, would taking on the leader's role automatically lead to higher marks, or is the evaluation more focused on how well each person performs their specific responsibilities?
No, it's just based on how well each person performs. It can be a prime minister, it can be just a member of the parliament. You will have a level playing ground. Your role does
Okay.
not define your performance.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And also, you
But
have
of course,
given.
in the eyes of the judges, it might, add. But again, it's up to you.
Okay, ma'am. Also,
Yes.
ma'am. Also, you've given two sources, right, for preparing and stuff.
Yes, we mentioned two websites. Yes.
Yes, sir. So in those, will we be like? Can you recommend some site we can look through to make sure we know all the rules and decorum and whatever for the youth parliament in general?
Yeah, sure. We'll share that
Okay.
as well.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. All the best.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Actually, we
sure.
received the link late, sir. I received the link around 5:50 or something only. Is there a
Okay.
possibility we can receive the recording through that WhatsApp group or something?
Yeah, sure. We'll share the recording in this group so that it will be easy for you to go through it again. Yes.
Sure. Thank you.
Sir, if no doubts, can we leave?
Yeah, you can. And all the best to you guys in the next 10 days. Any other doubts or clarification you have, you can ask us through the WhatsApp group. So we'll be happy to help. And we also have your faculty coordinators. We'll be keeping them updated on all the sessions. And the next session is going to be on 20th. Okay, next session will be on 20th. So before that, we'll be assigning you the constituency and party. So any other questions you have, you can be prepared, and we'll explain it to you in detail on the next session, which is going to happen on 20th, again from 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay, guys, someone has asked to clarify the dress code. It can be formals or it can be ethnic wear. But please don't come in casuals. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Amrit, you have anything else to share with the students?
No, I don't. Nothing else specifically. I think if they have any other queries, we can address them.
Sure. Okay. So, and we'll also share you the handbook which we presented today, so which will have all the details, so you can go through that. And thank you all for joining, and all the very best. Looking forward to meet you all on 27th and 28th of this month.
Sir, can I ask a doubt?
Yeah, please.
Sir, you have provided two websites. If we research through other websites, should we have to prove the credibility of the website?
The thing is, when you counter an argument with the data, you shouldn't be giving some random data and saying some random source. So it has to be credible, right? So to
So,
that
like,
extent,
asking
to
how to
that
prove it. Should we
no,
give the
no,
website to
not
you?
necessarily proof, but then we'll get to know it, right? Like it has to have that credibility. Say, for example, you present a data on population, you should say like from which particular source you've done that. So people will be having their mobile phones and there'll be access to internet. If they want to counter your argument based on that, very well they can research and they can counter your argument. They can say, no, this particular source, the whatever information you have given is wrong. So it is better that before presenting any information on the floor of the house, that you have some credibility backing to that particular data. Internet, yes, we'll try to. You need to bring your own devices, but regarding the Wi-Fi facility, I think it should be possible. But we just check with the concerned school and update you on that.
Sir, I have given request to join the group, sir.
We'll admit you. We'll admit you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you send the booklet as soon as possible?
Yes, we'll do it.
Guys, you don't have to just refer those websites. We are sharing it as a guide, but it's not a study material where you have to stick to those websites. I would say do a lot of research, talk to people, talk to your elders. They will also be able to give you a lot of inputs as what a parliament is, how it works, what should happen, and what has been happening. So don't take internet as your only source of information. Talk to people, talk to your teachers, read a lot. That's how I would say you can come up with a 360-degree understanding of this parliament.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Inia.
Ma'am, just a last question. I was wondering if you could possibly recommend a reliable government-run website or official portal that offers credible information on the topic.
Arun will be the right person to guide you regarding this.
Okay, ma'am.
We'll share it in your WhatsApp group. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, sir.
We'll
Thank you,
share
ma'am.
your articles and links so that you can start
Well,
preparing on it.
if you actually
Okay, yes.
and if you look into PRS India, most of the parliamentary debates that is going on, they have attached links and various redirects that kind of points you towards where that information is coming
Yes.
from.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
PRS India would be like a one-stop solution and a website.
Sir, can you repeat the name of the website that you said?
PRS India, that's already being shared in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, if there are no more questions, we can close the session. We can all meet you on 20th again. Stay in touch through the WhatsApp groups, so we'll keep you updated.
Sir, I just have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, the speaker would be chosen based on voting, right?
Yes.
So until the voting takes place, who will be representing as the speaker?
Yeah, we have requested our member of parliament to be the pro tem speaker. So if sir is available, he'll be preceding that particular session. Yes.
Okay, so we can be using devices to can
Yes, you
we?
can.
Yeah.
You can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, I have.
Yes. Yes, Gaurav.
So the very first thing is that I'm not able to understand the committee part quite well.
We'll explain it to you, Gaurav, again. So next meeting on 20th will be based on the party's manifesto, committee, and all that. Right now, we'll give you a list of topics, and you can focus on your constituency, and you can start discussing with your members for your party manifesto. Committee part, you'll have a clarity after the second orientation, which is going to happen on 20th.
Oh, okay, sir. And so my another doubt was like you mentioned like if there is an inaccuracy with information, we can cite the credible information. But if you
Yeah.
have some kind of logical fallacy, like a member suggests something which is against the Constitution of India, that time are we allowed to raise in types of points or something?
No, you should. Even if it's a cabinet minister whose data is inaccurate, or you find as an opposition party MP, you can counter those arguments. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Pardon me, ma'am. Just one last question.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Go ahead, Inia.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, can you please share some advice on what the constitutes effectively affect the leadership qualities in the context of parties? Specifically, how do you make a when you're a party leader? How do you stand out to in the terms of marking and stuff? You stated how to stand out as a speaker, right? How do we stand out as a leader of the party? Because sometimes it's very easy to overshadow your member part when you're a leader of a party. So
See, basically, the leader of a party will obviously go on to become the prime minister or the leader of opposition or cabinet minister, or even in case of the opposition, they can be this shadow ministers of the cabinet.
yes, ma'am.
So once you
Ma'am,
become the member of the party, it is almost, let's say, 9 out of 10 times the leader of the party goes ahead and takes up the leadership in the government or the opposition.
okay, ma'am. So is it possible that on day one I am a party leader, but then next day I'm like prime minister or something?
Yes, that's very much possible if there's a no confidence motion. That's up to you guys.
Okay, ma'am, and
You don't
how?
believe in a prime minister on day one, and you bring in a no confidence motion, and you would like to get that no confidence motion passed, and then definitely the prime minister is going to change, and the ruling party and the opposition party is going to change, right?
Okay, sir,
Yeah,
and
like adding on to one thing that I said, which will set you up for strategic success, is persuasion. This kind of answers various questions. Let's say, like, okay, how am I going to convince that okay, my data is credible? How am I going to counteractively start critiquing? Be very persuasive. Like, if you're confident about your facts and the information that you're bringing in, or like even you coming or standing out as a leader, it's about your confidence in your arguments, your preparation, and your skills in persuading others to believe that you are actually there and you're doing that. You're doing a great job.
If you have presence of mind, do some logical reasoning. I think that would, even if you do not have a truckload of data, I would say have some presence of mind. Do logical reasoning. Of course, you can stand out. Learn about the Constitution of India, I would say, first.
Just one
So
last question.
yeah,
Can
I'm
I go
sorry. Go
ahead?
ahead. Yeah, you can.
Um, like we select the speaker and the deputy speakers on the first day, right?
Yeah.
We select the speakers and deputy speakers on the first day, right?
Yes.
What if the party finds some bias between them? Should we report to you, or we can file some motion to remove them?
No, the role of a speaker, I'm sure you are aware as how a speaker is elected. The speaker is elected by the members of the parliament, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you know how a speaker is elected. So obviously on day one of you will be nominated by, let's say, the ruling party to be the speaker. It will be voted on, and then probably one deputy speaker will be from the alliance parties, and one deputy speaker will represent the opposition party. So that's how it usually happens in the government. There's actually no criteria, as Arun says. There's no criteria. You can nominate. That speaker should be elected by the members of the parliament, wherein you have to be represented by the ruling party. That's all.
Good evening, Mama. I have a doubt.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Do you recommend that I research all the indicative list topics shared in the official YIP document, or wait until my constituency is assigned?
So your constituency will be assigned tomorrow or the day after. Please, guys, wait. Guys, understand. Your constituency is different, and central agenda is different. As a member of the parliament, you will be representing your constituency. Let's say if I am a member of the Coimbatore, member of the parliament who is representing the Coimbatore constituency. I'll go into the parliament, talk about Coimbatore, ask what is required for Coimbatore, and make sure that I enhance the facilities, I empower the people of Coimbatore. That is one thing. Again, there will also be the MP's role in the central agenda, wherein if the MP is part of the ruling party, they will be part of some ministry, forming bills, forming rules, making coming up with what the government is planning to do. Or let's say if the member is part of the opposition, then the member will be questioning the policies of the government. So an MP will always be part of their constituency work and also the central agenda, wherein they'll either be policy makers or they will be the ones who points out the issues with the policy and, if possible, come up with alternatives.
Okay, Mama. And one more doubt: how do you raise a motion or a point in parliament when you're trying to convey something?
This are you talking about the question hour or are you talking about the discussion hour?
Mama, in general, Mama, when you want to add details to either a question hour, discussion hour, or a policy drafting,
See,
how do you do that?
question hour is something wherein you have to give your questions well in advance, and then if your question gets chosen to be asked during the parliament hours, then you can ask when the speaker tells you to ask. Selecting the questions will be done by YA members, a panel of experts who will identify if your questions come under the starred category, and then you will be given a chance to speak during the question hour.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have this small doubt. So, all the question hour, 0 hour, do they exactly last 1 hour, or will it be for extra?
The question hour will, I think, go beyond 1 hour. It depends on the number of questions that we choose and the kind of discussions that happens for each question. So based on the number of questions, we'll tell you how long each question should go on, the debate on each question. And the 0 hour, yes, it will be a proper 1 hour.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, I just had a question. So, when there's a debate hour going on and you want to present your debate or something like that, then will you have, how do you say that you want to present your point during the discussion?
You have to give a proper representation as in what you want to ask to the speaker, and then once the speaker allows you, you can talk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just have a doubt.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, the speaker would be chosen from the ruling party, no, ma'am?
Yes.
But how do we choose whether it's the ruling party or the opposition party? Because there will be five parties which will be separated within
So
this.
you will be part of one party, right?
Yeah.
So you have to go talk to the leaders of the other parties and tell them, come, let's form a government.
Okay.
I will be the prime minister, and instead of that, I'll give you, let's say, one extra cabinet minister.
Okay.
In this case, since each party will have equal number of members,
Mm.
so it again depends on your negotiation power.
Okay. So
The
we should
students'
negotiate with the.
negotiating capabilities to pull parties together and form the ruling party to form the government.
Okay. The formation
Guys,
of
trust me,
alliance should be.
not just being in ruling party is advantageous. Opposition has an equal role.
Okay.
Opposition has an equal role. Opposition will have equal opportunities to come up with your capability to counter the government or ask questions or just put them on spot.
Okay.
So no matter where you are, you will have your opportunity to speak out.
Okay. So the communication between the other parties for making an alliance should be made through WhatsApp, or should we come there and?
It should happen on the day one of YAP.
Okay. So
Come there and form your government.
at the end of the day one, we'll be having the results of the votes, right?
No. Uh, Around 10 or 11 in the morning itself, we'll have to choose who the ruling party is, who the prime minister is.
How
That
exactly
will be the
do we
first
choose
thing.
them? Because we do not have been communicating with other parties either to make an alliance or not. How would we come to a
That's
conclusion?
wherein your presence of mind comes in.
Okay.
In a matter of, let's say, 20 minutes or half an hour, how well you're able to bring everyone together and form the government.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So make sure you have levels in your party. Choose a party leader. Choose, let's say, 2, 3 people next to the party leader. If all 20 or 25 of you sit and negotiate, then there is not going to be any conclusion. So make sure to have your representatives go and talk to people and form governments.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. So, can you, as you mentioned before, motions such as no confident motions, right? So, can you please suggest an authoritative source of motions and points as they relate to parliamentary procedure for the youth parliament?
You weren't audible. Can you give
Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes.
Can you hear me now, ma'am? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, ma'am.
please.
So there was mentions of motions such as no confidence motions and stuff, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
can you please suggest like an authoritative, preferably even like government run source for motions and points as they relate to parliamentary procedure of youth parliament?
Guys, I would say it need not be part of this youth parliament. Go to go online and find out when all this no confidence motion had come to play. As in when there's Vajpayee government in the late 1990s, there was a no confidence motion.
Okay, ma'am.
And the no confidence motion actually passed and the government had to go out of power.
Okay, ma'am.
So go find out those real time stories and understand how they came up with the no confidence motion.
Okay, ma'am. So you're
How it was
suggesting that.
initiated and how it was put to action.
Okay, ma'am. So we first get like maybe if can I just say like a thing and can you tell me if it's okay? So we first collect all the points and motions and get familiar with what like are their definitive motives and stuff, and then we go research about where they have been put to use, which gives us a little more clearance. Correct?
It's all fine, but try to understand when do you think will this no confidence motion have an effect? When you feel that this ruling party does not have enough strength to keep the government going.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're planning to introduce this no confidence motion, then you have to make sure to talk to let's say some alliance parties who are part of the current government You have to go talk to them and say that, see, this government is not doing good. Come to our government. We'll give you a better opportunity.
Yes, ma'am.
Join with us. So that's how you have to bring in. See, I believe this is more about putting this no confidence motion into action. Understand the basics.
Okay, ma'am.
It has to be more practical than the textbook rules, I would say.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
try to
So,
understand how it works, how you can actually succeed when you do it.
yes, ma'am, I understand that. I just want to ask you for like a source in which, because I want to be clear with all the rules and stuff,
See,
be
source
confident with them.
everything. We'll give you those websites, as
Yes,
Arun
ma'am.
said. These
Okay,
websites
ma'am.
links will be posted, and then go through it.
Okay,
We
ma'am.
are
Yes.
not giving you study materials to actually study. These are only reference materials.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I
So
get
there is
that.
no definitive source at all.
Okay, ma'am. No,
It's
I
up
just
to
want
you
to
to go
ask.
search for the sources and
Yes,
find
ma'am.
out.
Okay. Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
If you come up saying something that is, let's say, not a credible source, then I'm not going to be the one who points it out and say that what you say is wrong. There will be 140 other members who will be sitting there with their phones and tabs. So whatever you come up and say, it has to be credible. Otherwise, any other member can verify what you say and then come back and counter your point and say that what you say is not credible, or it doesn't. It
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not in accordance with the Constitution of India.
Good evening, ma'am. Regarding the indicative list of topics for YIP, on what parameters do you think we are supposed to research on?
Sai, we'll share you a list of topics so you can just focus on those topics.
Okay, sir. And another doubt is, do you consider major research papers or publications of books as credible?
Yeah. See, it's up to you to talk to your. See, let's say you represent the government and you're presenting some data. It's just that the data has to be credible. That's it. You
Okay, sir.
can't say some random data. It's just that it has to be credible. So don't go
Yes.
too much into research and all that. Instead, have a broader understanding of these topics so that you can counter points if you're a part of an opposition party, or you can talk in favor of the government if you're representing the government. So have a broader understanding on all these topics.
Okay, sir. And when will the indicative list of topics be shared?
We'll share it along you with the document. In 2 days, we'll share you the document. Mostly tomorrow we'll share you the document that will have the list of topics.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sai.
Like guys, I think that will bring us to the end of the session. For any other questions that you might have, please direct all the questions to the WhatsApp group. We're all there as part of the WhatsApp group. Happy to answer the question. In view of time, we'll put a hard stop to the session now. Then we'll take all the further questions offline in WhatsApp. Meanwhile, as Arun said, we do have the second orientation call that will be happening on the 20th between 5:30 and 6:30. Requesting you all to make sure and confirm your attendance for the same, because that's where we'll be discussing about motions, committees, and various party manifesto and party rules and everything. So that will bring us to the end of the session. Thank you so much to all of you that participated in today. And we really hope that you guys learned something about how the competition over Parliament 2.0 is going.
Thank you, sir.
One last thing, sir. Can you? It's just a reminder, sir, about the recorded session.
Yes, we'll definitely post that.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone. Good luck with your preparations.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.